You know that moment when a buddy of yours is about to drop a few $1,000s on a piece of tech that's supposed to turn his weekend rounds into a data-driven science experiment, and you can feel the hesitation? He's scrolling through endless specs, watching videos of glossy setups, and wondering if he'll actually get value or just another pricey gadget that gathers dust. I get it, especially with golf launch monitors where the promise of perfect swing data can feel a lot like a sales pitch. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I started looking into the Foresight Sports GC3 bundle, the first thing that caught my eye was the no subscription needed claim. Most of the competitors in this space lock you into monthly fees for software updates or cloud data storage, so a one-time purchase that includes 3 precision cameras and a built-in rangefinder felt like a refreshing break from the usual model. But the excitement quickly turned into a series of questions. How much space does it really need? Can I set it up in my garage or on the patio without a professional installer? And, perhaps most importantly, does the data actually translate into better scores on the course? Let's break down the practical side of owning the GC3. The hardware itself is a compact box with 3 cameras mounted on a tripod that can swivel 360 degrees. In theory, you can drop it in a modest indoor space, say a 10 by 12 foot garage, lay down a hitting mat, and start tracking ball flight and club head data right away. The 3-camera system is designed to capture the club path, impact, launch angle, spin, and even club face rotation. That's a lot more data than the single-camera units that many entry-level monitors provide. Because there's no subscription, all of that information stays on the device or your local computer, which is a relief for anyone wary of ongoing fees. From a usability standpoint, the software that comes with the GC3 is fairly robust. It offers a dashboard where you can compare shot distances, see heat maps of ball dispersion, and even run course management simulations that let you plot a virtual round using your own stats. For a serious golfer who spends time on the range and wants to see measurable improvements, that level of insight can be a game changer. I tried running a typical practice session. I hit 10 drives, 10 irons, and 10 wedges. The system recorded each club's launch conditions and then compiled a concise report that highlighted where my driver was losing distance due to high spin, and how my wedges were inconsistent in launch angle. The data was presented in a way that didn't require a degree in physics to interpret, just a few clicks and a clear visual. However, the strengths start to feel a bit thin when you consider the hidden trade-offs. First, the price point. The GC3 bundle sits well into the 4-figure range, and while the no subscription promise means you won't be paying monthly, you are still making a large upfront investment. If you're a weekend player who hits the range once or twice a month, that cost can be hard to justify. Second, the setup isn't as plug-and-play as the marketing videos suggest. You need a relatively flat surface, proper lighting, and enough room for the cameras to capture the ball's trajectory without interference. In a cramped garage with low ceilings, you might end up with data gaps or inaccurate spin readings. The learning curve can also be steep. The software offers a wealth of metrics, but without a coach or a good grasp of what each number means, you could end up chasing vanity stats rather than making real improvements. Another practical weakness is the lack of a subscription model that, while initially appealing, also means you're on your own for software updates and support. Foresight does release firmware upgrades, but they aren't as frequent as the cloud-based systems that automatically push new features. If you hit a bug or discover a calibration issue, you'll be relying on the company's support queue rather than an active community that can troubleshoot in real time. The rating on Amazon, a 1.0 out of 5 from 9 reviewers, doesn't give us detailed reasons, but that kind of consensus suggests that at least a handful of users encountered serious frustrations, possibly related to setup complexity, data accuracy, or customer service responsiveness. So, who should actually consider the GC3? If you're a low-handicap player who already uses data to fine-tune your swing, a teaching professional looking for a portable, high-resolution system that can travel between clubs, or someone who wants a dedicated indoor setup for year-round practice, the GC3 could be a solid investment. The 3-camera rig gives you richer data than cheaper units, and the built-in Rangefinder lets you simulate on-course conditions without needing an external GPS device. It also shines in a coaching environment where you can capture both club and ball data simultaneously and instantly replay the footage for a student. Conversely, if you're a casual golfer who plays a few times a month, or if you're primarily interested in tracking basic yardages rather than